You get the raise, you finally get it, the one you've been waiting for. The email comes through and there's this moment, this brief spike of something that feels like relief or maybe vindication. You did it. You earned more. You're moving up. And for a day or two it feels good. Really good. You check your bank account more than usual. You think about what this means. Maybe you tell someone, maybe you don't. But either way, you let yourself believe that something has shifted, that you've crossed a threshold and things will feel different now. Except they don't. A week passes, maybe two, and the feeling is already fading. The number that felt so significant starts to feel normal, expected, and then you start noticing what comes next, the next level, the next milestone, the thing just beyond what you have now. And suddenly, the raise that felt like arrival starts to feel like a checkpoint, a middle step, not enough. I think about this a lot, about how money never quite delivers what we expect it to. Not because money doesn't matter, it does. It buys security and options and breathing room. But there's this other thing it promises that it never actually provides. This sense of being done, of having arrived, of finally feeling like you have enough. Most people spend their entire lives chasing a number, a salary, a net worth, a benchmark. They think if they could just get there, everything would settle. The anxiety would stop, the pressure would lift. They could finally relax. But they get there and nothing settles. The number just moves. The benchmark shifts. What felt like the finish line turns out to be another starting point. And they feel confused, maybe even a little betrayed, because they did everything right. They worked, they earned, they achieved, and yet the feeling they were chasing didn't show up. There was a philosopher who thought about this, Schopenhauer. He wasn't a cheerful guy. He didn't write self-help. He didn't believe in positive thinking or manifesting or any of that. He just watched people, watched how they moved through life. And he noticed something uncomfortable. He noticed that wanting never stops. Not because people are greedy, not because they're broken, but because wanting is what we are. It's not a phase. It's not something you outgrow. It's the engine, the thing that keeps us moving. And the real problem is that the engine doesn't turn off when you get what you want. It just finds something new to want. Schopenhauer called it the will. Not willpower, not determination, just will. The blind, relentless force inside you that wants things, that pushes you toward goals and achievements and acquisitions, and it doesn't care if you're happy, it doesn't care if you're satisfied, it just wants. That's all it does. And here's the part that makes people uncomfortable. He believed that satisfaction is always temporary, that the relief you feel when you get something you wanted is just a brief pause before the wanting starts again. Like hunger. You eat, you feel full, and then a few hours later you're hungry again. The satisfaction didn't last. It was never going to last, because the system isn't designed for lasting satisfaction. It's designed to keep you wanting. You see this everywhere once you start looking. The person who gets the promotion and immediately starts thinking about the next one. The couple who buys the house and starts noticing the bigger one down the street. The student who gets into the school and starts worrying about the job. It's not that they're ungrateful. It's not that they can't appreciate what they have. It's that the wanting doesn't stop just because you achieved something. It adjusts, it recalibrates. And within weeks or days or sometimes hours, you're back to feeling like something is missing. I see this in myself. I've had moments where I got something I really wanted, a job, a number, a thing, and there's that initial rush, that hit of accomplishment, but it fades so fast, faster than I expect every time. And what's left isn't peace. It's just the next thing, the next gap, the next version of not enough. And the frustrating part is that you can't logic your way out of this. You can't just tell yourself to be satisfied, because it's not a thought problem. It's deeper than that. It's in the structure of how you experience life. You're always oriented toward what's next, toward what's missing, toward what could be better. And no amount of achievement changes that orientation. Schopenhauer wasn't saying this to be cruel. He wasn't trying to make people feel hopeless. He was just pointing at something most people don't want to look at, that the satisfaction you're chasing through money or success or achievement is always going to be temporary, that you're on a treadmill, and the treadmill doesn't stop, it just speeds up. But here's where it gets more complicated. Because if that's true, if satisfaction is always temporary and wanting never stops, then what are you supposed to do? Just give up? Stop trying? Accept that nothing will ever feel like enough? I don't think that's what he was saying. I think he was saying something different, something harder to hear. He was saying that the problem isn't that you don't have enough. The problem is that you're expecting something from having more that it can never give you. You're expecting it to make you feel complete, to make you feel done, to make the anxiety stop. And it won't. It can't. Because that's not what money does. That's not what achievement does. Those things give you options and security and comfort, but they don't give you peace. Peace, if it exists at all, doesn't come from getting. It comes from not needing to get, from somehow stepping off the treadmill, from finding a way to exist without constantly orienting yourself toward what's missing. And that's the part that feels impossible. Because how do you stop wanting? How do you turn off the thing that's been driving you your entire life? The thing that got you out of bed and kept you working and pushed you forward? I don't have an answer to that. I don't think Schopenhauer did either. He talked about art, about how when you're absorbed in something beautiful, the wanting stops for a moment. You're not trying to get anywhere, you're not chasing anything, you're just present, just experiencing. And for that brief window, the will goes quiet. But that's temporary too. You can't live in that state. Eventually you have to come back to the bills and the deadlines and the comparisons, back to the wanting. So maybe the point isn't to escape it. Maybe the point is just to see it, to recognize that the feeling of not enough isn't a sign that you're failing. It's just the default setting. It's what being alive feels like. And no raise, no promotion, no number in your bank account is going to change that. I think about the people I know who make a lot of money, really a lot, and they're not happier. Not in any way that matters. They have different problems, bigger houses, more complex taxes, but the same underlying feeling, the same sense that something is missing, that they should be further along, that they need to protect what they have or grow it or prove something. And I think about the people who don't make much, who are scraping by, and they think if they could just get to a certain number, everything would be okay, and maybe it would be easier. I'm not saying money doesn't help, it does, but it doesn't solve the thing they think it's going to solve. It doesn't make them feel complete. There's this moment that happens sometimes. You'll be doing something ordinary, walking, eating, sitting, and for no reason at all you feel okay. Not happy, not excited, just okay. Like you don't need anything in that moment, like you're enough exactly as you are. And it's strange because nothing changed. You didn't achieve anything. You didn't get anything. You're in the same situation you were 5 minutes ago, but something shifted. The wanting went quiet, and you felt briefly like you could just exist without needing to become something else. Schopenhauer would probably say that's as close as you get. Those fleeting moments where the will takes a break, where you're not pushing toward anything, not avoiding anything, just here. But they don't last. They can't last. And maybe that's okay. Maybe the point isn't to make them last. Maybe the point is just to notice them, to recognize that the feeling you're chasing through work and money and success, you've already felt it. Not because you earned it, but because it was just there, for a moment, for no reason. And maybe if you noticed that more often, you'd stop expecting your salary to give it to you. You'd stop thinking the next level will finally make you feel like you've arrived. Because you'd see that arriving isn't a place you get to. It's a moment that appears and disappears, and it has nothing to do with how much you earn. I don't know if that's comforting or not. Some days it feels like a relief, like I can stop holding my breath waiting for the moment when I finally have enough, because that moment isn't coming. Not because I'm failing, but because that's not how it works. Other days, it just feels heavy, like the whole thing is rigged, like you're running a race that has no finish line. And even when you get faster, even when you get ahead, you're still just running. But either way, I think it helps to see it. To stop pretending that the next raise or the next milestone or the next whatever is going to be the one that makes you feel done. It won't. It never has. And it's not supposed to. The question, I guess, is what you do with that. Do Do you keep chasing anyway? Do you find a different way to orient yourself? Do you just accept that this is the trade? That security and comfort come with the price of never feeling like it's enough? I don't know. And I don't think Schopenhauer knew either. He just saw the pattern. Saw that everyone, no matter where they are, feels like something is missing. And he stopped pretending there was a solution. He just pointed at the treadmill and said, look, you're on it. And it doesn't stop. And maybe that's all philosophy can do, not fix it, not solve it. Just help you see it clearly enough that you stop blaming yourself for feeling the way you do. Because it's not you. It's not that you're doing it wrong, it's just the way it is. The way wanting works, the way being alive works. You get the raise, you feel good for a moment, and then the moment passes and you keep going. That's it, that's the whole thing. And somehow, knowing that, seeing it clearly, feels like something. Not peace exactly, but something close. Like you can stop waiting for the feeling to arrive and just see that it never was going to. And maybe that's enough, or maybe it isn't. I don't know yet.